Well, howdy, 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 everybody. Theresa here with
Bradley.
and the critters, per normal. It is July 2nd, 2 days away from my birthday. Oh, yeah, and the 4th of July. 2020. It is Thursday afternoon at 12:10 p.m. You'll hear Mr. Heide in the kitchen where he is in a lot because he does most of the cooking now. I cooked and cooked and cooked for so many years, and now, I enjoy it once in a while, but for the most part, I really would rather stay out of the kitchen. I don't mind doing dishes and cleanup, but, for doing he likes to do very long, complicated recipes where I like to kind of throw it all together and get it on the table. So, we switched to getting thin crust pizzas now instead of the self-rising because a lot less carbs, and we split a pizza, of course. And I like mine with lots of vegetables on it. He likes his with extra pepperoni, a few vegetables. So that's what he's doing because that would be our heavier carb meal, which is basically our first meal of the day we've had. Did you have a banana too, hon?
I did.
We each had a banana, and I think he had a granola bar or something.
I did.
And so we'll do that. Because we both kind of are taking a day off from adulting as much, and I'll explain all that. So, yeah, it's warm here already. Let me tell you that. I know we're all going through a heat wave right now, hon.
Yeah.
And I mean, they're saying that people could die from it, so it's very serious. Let's see. And Tony, I'll answer your message here in a little bit when I get done with this video. She so kindly was wishing me a happy early birthday, which I really appreciate. It is 90 degrees right now. Feels like 97. 50% chance of rain. Thank you. Humidity is at 54%, which is not bad. 10%. The wind is not 10%. The wind is 10 miles per hour from the west. Sunrise was at 6:40 a.m. Sunset will be at 8:43. And let's see what tomorrow will bring us. Pretty much the same except for 80% chance of rain. We're going through a rainy spell right now. And it's supposed to rain. What did you tell me, hon? It was supposed to rain basically next
10 days.
Next 10 days, which is okay with us. We like the rain. And I love going outside right after it rains because everything's kind of fresh and new, and the water droplets are glistening on the leaves of all the weeds. It's hard even walking this yard right now because them weeds are about waist high. But, not going to worry about it. Here in a couple of months, we'll probably be out of here. Yay! If everything goes according to how it's supposed to. So, we're very happy about that. What have I done in the last couple of days? We just kind of, normal picking up the house, and Brad did dishes because I was not feeling that well yesterday. For the past couple of days, I felt kind of flu-y, and now let me explain. It's not COVID or anything. It's from a medication, heart medication that I'm taking. It's supposed to bring my heart rate down and stuff. And I've noticed that it upsets my stomach, which means probably I just need to get used to it, not upset to the point of vomiting and all of that. So I'm taking, it's over the counter. Let me see. I probably won't be able to find it right now. It's like over the counter. It's a knockoff brand of what would be, I'm going to have to find it, of Zofran. And now, like I said, I can't find it. I'm going to have to because I'm going to need to possibly take more of it. I'll find it later. I know I have it. It's probably down here or something. I had to do some medication stuff last night. Anyway, sorry about that. Let me put this up. Sorry. I get distracted. Sorry. And that seems to be really, really helping today. Brad's not feeling that hot today. He says he feels kind of like he's getting a cold. In your chest? Yeah.
And
Honey,
sinuses.
they still can't hear you when you nod your head. Sinuses? And?
Yes,
Okay. Got a mouthful of pepperoni, don't you?
I do.
I could tell. He loves his pepperoni. So, we're just going to take it easy today. I was talking to him, and I'm like, I really don't want to clean house today. I mean, it's not like it's horrible or anything. I'm like, but I really want to just do a craft day, and I really do, because I'm working on a diamond painting right now. I've had to really back off of doing the loom knitting because of the problem with the tendinitis in my both shoulders, and it radiates all the way down my arms. So it's very hard. Like this arm, it's very hard to really get any range of motion. I can, but I'm like moving like a sloth, and it hurts so much. Basically right in this bicep and then further down. And this one isn't as bad, but like I did no looming yesterday. So last night I got out a diamond painting that I had last that I wanted to do. And because I'm waiting for the other ones to come in. And I really enjoyed that. I bought an inexpensive light box, and let me show you guys, since I'm talking about this, what I got. I'm just keeping my diamond painting. This is a small diamond painting. But I'm wanting to do some of these so that when we do move, excuse me, that I can have them up, So this is a small one. Show you what I've got going on. I'm just keeping, like I said, everything in a Ziploc bag. And these little, let me get one out to show you. I'm doing something that is proving to be pretty good for me. Is when I have, you have your bags of your gems like this, right? And what I do is I just snip off the corner to dump it out. And then when I'm done, I use a piece of tape. Because see, I used to buy the real small bags that in like the jewelry department, the crafting jewelry. And I don't have those, and I didn't want to, money's really tight, so I didn't want to go buy them. You make do. And so, a piece of tape over that works wonderful. And if you need more of them, you can take the tape off. Now, this is my favorite. I like the ones that have the little, you can stick that down in the bag and shake them back in there. So that's what I'm working on. This is the one I'm making. Right here. Yeah, it'll be pretty. It's not a real big one, and that's good too. So, I've been working on I got all the black done, all the 310 done. If any of you guys are cross stitch, I used to do cross stitch. I could do more of it now, and I wouldn't mind. I just don't really have any cross stitch stuff. I gave it to somebody I thought was going to be a friend of mine for life, Linda, and I gave her all of my good stuff. I remember her saying to me, well, we're going to be friends for life, so, I gave her cross-stitch patterns and stuff that I thought I would be getting back anytime I wanted. So, I don't have much cross-stitch stuff. I do still have my ribbon embroidery, and I could do that. I might do some of that. I have some long dresses I just absolutely love that I got from Romans, and if any of you guys are large gals, you know what I'm talking about. Romans had some really nice roomy stuff, and they had some dresses on sale, so I bought some, but they're like real soft t-shirt material. They're just a dream to wear, but they're just plain. So I'm thinking I could do some ribbon. I could do that, hon. I could do some ribbon embroidery on some of those long dresses I just got.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be pretty? I think I'm going to do that. Let me get out my stuff and do some of that, because it's like I have a solid black one. Wouldn't it be pretty with some red roses and some greenery and stuff, and maybe even some uh, uh, small pearls? What are those pearls that aren't really round? What are those called?
Like the freshwater pearls?
Yeah, the freshwater pearls. They're not real. They're fake, of course. But that would be pretty. Or I have some gemstones that you sew on. I could do that on another one, because I have a blue one and then I have a gray one. So that would be really pretty. I've been thinking about what I wanted to do to accent those. You guys helped me come up with the best idea. So, yeah, we're doing that. So I'm working on this diamond painting. I picked up this light box. Let me unwind the cord. For about $15 on uh, uh, um,
Amazon?
Amazon. Thank you. I'm kind of tired, a little tired today and stuff. And I don't have it plugged in, but this thing really, really helps, guys. This really helps so much with seeing better, all the better to see you with, to do your diamond paintings. I also did do some drawing and stuff. And this button, and it goes up to 3 different lights. Love it. This is, for $15, this is a good investment. I didn't want to spend much on it, and I got this a couple months ago, actually. I think I got it. Did I get this before I was in the hospital, you think, or after?
Yeah.
Before?
No, it was before.
Because I was wanting to do some diamond painting. So, yeah, great investment. I have some more, like I told you guys, diamond painting coming in. I love doing diamond paintings, so I'd like to get some that are like florals and stuff. It would be pretty. Of course, we like the beach scenes. Um, so, yeah, if you're thinking about doing a diamond painting, you can get some that are inexpensive. Now, I am not a paid sponsor of anybody, but AWAIC Express, if you're willing to wait a while, has some really great prices and stuff on them. Amazon does not do bad, because I'm getting that 6-pack of the sayings, like for home and stuff, for family. And it was like $15.99 for 6 of them. And they're going to be like approximately 10 inches by 10 inches. You can't beat that. They've got some really good package deals. Now, I never used to look on Amazon for diamond painting, because way back when diamond painting a couple years ago first started becoming popular, they were pretty expensive. So, but you want to get your stuff a lot faster and everything, I think, of course, I'm a fan of Amazon. Of course, I don't buy near as much I used to buy on there. I'm very, very picky about what I get. I mean, I'm very careful. Like, I got in, and it was great. Let me show you guys another hack, if I can find my bottle of stuff. Excuse me while I look. Is this it? Yes. Okay, now, not a paid sponsor. You know the Back and Body, big fan of it, right? Well, it can be very expensive. The Bear, and I love it, but it's quite expensive. Well, if you look at what the ingredients are, and you type in migraine, medication, you're going to find the same stuff done for migraines a lot cheaper. You take the ingredient, you look at what the ingredients are, and you start typing them in. I picked up these. It's the same stuff. It's the acetaminophen with aspirin and caffeine, and I don't know why that combination seems to help so much with pain, back pain and stuff, at least for Brad, and at least for me with the arm pain. And this is 300 tablets for $9. And if, like I said, if you are buying Back and Body or anything, you know how expensive. So you might want to check on Amazon. I'll put this up. It's by Value Meds. And yeah, so I got 2 of them. I would have liked to have gotten more, but you know, got to be careful what I spend. But yeah, we're using this now because this is all I can take. I have to take Tylenol. I'm not allowed to take any other NSAIDs. I assume, hoping the aspirin's okay. I have to take something because they took everything else away from me. They took the Aleve away, and I got prescribed a generic form of Mobic, and I'd only had it for 1 day, and then I saw the kidney doctor, and he's like, no. So, you know, that's what we're doing there. So, I like to show you guys stuff that I find to save money, because I know everybody, or most people, are really, really trying to save money. Things might be incredibly tight and stuff. Things are getting better for my daughter. I'm not going to go into much detail because that's her life and her story, but I just will say where they're staying at. It's a really good place with some good people that manage it, or I guess maybe they're the owners, and they have helped them like getting another air conditioner and stuff. So now their bus is cooler because there for a while their bus temperature was reading 2 degrees higher than outside. And I kept telling her, that's not good for you and the kids. I mean, especially my granddaughter's not feeling well. She's got something wrong with her stomach. She was in the ER a few days ago. And my daughter needs to take her to a specialist. She referred to a specialist because they did like CAT scans and everything. They couldn't find what was going on. So, my granddaughter's going to need to see a specialist. She's always kind of had problems with her stomach and everything. But, being overheated and stuff wasn't helping. So I'm very happy about that. Very happy. Some things are starting to turn around and get better for them. It was kind of a rough go at first, kind of like it was with us when we first moved to Florida. So things are getting better, you know, and like I said, as far as we know, and you haven't checked lately to see if that's still pending on the house?
Yeah, last time I looked yesterday.
It still is?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's good. That's good. I mean, they would pull that if it wasn't, you know, hon,
Yeah.
in a heartbeat. So, everything's looking good. Everything's looking up. So,
And I
yeah.
think our brother-in-law would call us and let us know.
Yeah, I think he would too. So, you know, I think probably by the latest, by, you know, maybe October 1st or something, you know, sometime in September, we'll probably be moving to a new place there in Georgia, you know, because we all want to live close to each other. My daughter and her family and us, and I'm just so thrilled about that. And you know, having a relationship with her is very important to both of us. I mean, I wish it was both of our daughters, but you know, you can't make somebody come around. They have to do it when they want to. So, but I'm really excited about that, moving and being closer, and where we could see each other more and do crafts and go explore different places. That's what keeps Brad and I working hard on getting better and eating correctly. Because I tell you what, I'm not going to lie, I'd like to eat down the house. There are sometimes I just like to eat everything in the house. Of course, now we don't really have bad stuff in the house anymore, but you can eat too much of the good stuff too. Right, hon?
Yeah.
You still go through that too?
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, there's some evenings I have to pretend like I've been strapped down to the bed. Because I would like to eat down the house. Really want to eat the house down. Like, get out of my way. I'm opening up the cupboards and the fridge, and I'm throwing everything out in a big pile, and I'm just going to sit there and blah, 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 blah. But I can't. And the thing that keeps me from doing that is remembering what it was like in the ICU. Remembering events that happened that, yeah, not good. And just not having control of your life at all. Not having control of anything going on in your body or anything going on in your life at that point in time, you know. I don't want to put my husband through that where he is wondering if he's going to lose me or if I'm going to have to be put in an assisted care facility because, you know, I've just pickled my brain. Now, I may have pickled my brain. The jury's out on that. Stuff it. I don't want to hear it. I know some of you guys are like, oh, Lord, you've been pickled from the beginning. I know, but you still love me. You must love some pickles. So anyway, what?
What was it you said to me last night?
About? I say a lot of stuff.
Oh, that,
I don't want to even. I don't know why. Was that you were incarcerated?
oh, that was the other one.
Do tell.
Well, at first you were thrilled that I got out of jail.
You've
And,
never been in jail.
Let me back up a little bit more.
Oh, God.
You were talking about if the bruises were healing from the handcuffs.
Oh.
I said, I've never worn handcuffs. Well, when you were in prison. I've never been to prison. And then you start telling me about me getting out of prison after 30 days. And then a few minutes later, you had bumped that up to 90 days.
No.
And then the other thing you asked me is, or told me, is about something, I don't remember what it was, but something that was left on the dash of your vehicle. Yeah.
Okay. I briefly remember telling you about you being incarcerated, and you said, honey, I've never been incarcerated.
Yeah.
Because he never had been. I don't know what I was. Was I awake?
Sort of.
Or was I like daydream talking? No, sleep talking.
I was trying to get you to lay down because,
Maybe I was only half there.
well, I'm not going to say a word on that.
Yeah, I was going to say, don't say it.
Yeah. But you were maybe half there, and then I kept trying to get you to, why don't you go ahead and lay down, sweetie? Don't tell me what to do. Okay.
I will sit and nod off, fall asleep. I got my bed. Holding, of course, the cell phone. Aren't all of us attached to it, to our phones? And be trying to watch something on Netflix or YouTube with the headphones on, and I will nod off, and then he'll keep trying to get me to go to sleep. And I keep telling him no, and then I'll fall asleep again. And sometimes I fall asleep while I'm talking. And sometimes I stop talking, and sometimes I continue. And I think I'm like sleep talking. I used to sleep eat. I remember that. Still my favorite thing in the whole world to do, and it's just horrible. But I'm going to do it again someday. Maybe I'll get some of that. There was some sugar-free chocolate a friend of mine got me on here, or on Amazon. Someday maybe I'll splurge and get something like that. And just lay in bed. I love to eat chocolate. I'll even fall asleep with it. And then sometimes you're like, wake up with brown stuff all over you, and you're kind of wondering if you have a problem, or then you discover that it's chocolate. And you're like, okay. You know, wake up with chocolate.
I'm still trying to figure out how you got chocolate on your knee.
I can't divulge my secret to you, or else I'd have to kill you. And supposedly it's supposed to be bad for you to do that. So, you know. I don't know what I talked to this man about. I've always talked to you about some weird stuff at night, though. Right?
Oh, God, yes.
Oh, have you guys seen that new series on Netflix? It's Unsolved Mysteries, talking about mysteries. It seems like it might be pretty good. It's like, you know, cold cases and paranormal and stuff. So I think we're going to start watching like an episode a night together. It's one season or two. I don't know. But I started watching a new one on there called The Order. And I'm watching Orange is the New Black again. And Grey's Anatomy again. I gotta find something new. I am watching Dead to Me. I finished watching that. That was not too bad, actually. I watched both seasons. I'm wondering if Wentworth, because they're going to put a new season out on TV, so are they going to release another season on Netflix? You know, because you're always a year behind. I'm hoping for that. I really like that. Yes, I Have No Life. I watched Silence of the Lamb again the other night. That's still such a good movie. I love that movie. My daughter and granddaughter are big fans too. It puts lotion on its skin, or it gets the hose. Hi.
Hi.
So, I plan on doing the diamond painting today. I want to go in and work on my actual painting that I'm working on in the craft room, art room, oh my God room. And then I'm hoping to start, I know I'm talking about laying off the looming, but I'm hoping to start a new hat. It's I can't think what it is. It's just like a sun hat. You know, it's got the big brim and stuff. You know, it's like a floppy hat. I don't know. But it's actually going to make one for me and see how it turns out. Because there's some different hats that I'd like to play with, making. And then if I start making a few that, I would probably list some, like here and stuff. Maybe. I wouldn't get too going on that until we move, and then it would just be a very limited amount because I can't do a lot of loom knitting because of the shoulders and stuff. Brad did call and put in a request today that my doctor could refer me to an orthopedist. I've got to do something about the arm, so we'll see about that. Might as well get this stuff rolling and get it really going while we're still here in Florida. So, we can have some good starting point when we move to Georgia. So I'm very excited about that. I'm very excited to be closer to our family and stuff. I want to be able to have a girls' day where maybe we go get, our hair done or go get, our nails done or something. I'm not going to wear artificial ones, but I'll sit to what they get them. I think my daughter enjoys them occasionally, and I don't know if my granddaughter's ever really had them or not. So, my other little granddaughter, Autumn, such a sweetheart. She, the other day, texted me, Nana, be really careful of the virus. And she said, all the beaches in Florida are closed now. She's all worried. And I'm like, we're being really careful and stuff. And I'm like, but all the beaches aren't closed in Florida. It's just part of Florida. So, but she's such a sweetheart. My granddaughter Ann, too. And the boys are the boys. They antagonize each other and stuff. But it was, I hope to get to watch more things like them at the beach and all of that. And that's one thing I wanted to kind of talk about is you can't be afraid of people seeing you body-wise, and I fight this too, and so does Brad to a point. But, Charlie, honey, can you get him outside?
Yep.
He acts like he's going to puke.
Do you need out, Charlie?
Yeah, he's going to puke, I think. You can't be, you can't be afraid of, honey, he's going to have to go now.
Okay.
Your body, because life is very short, and I think sometimes you have a life-changing event that really kind of brings stuff home for you. It's like when I was in the hospital. You think about that you wished you would have done this or wished you would have done that. No, go outside. Go. No.
I think he's done.
No, I don't think he is. Hang on, guys. See if this dog is okay. Are you alright? Okay. I hope so. No, he's not. Come on, go. Go outside. Come on, go.
Come on, Charlie. Let's go outside.
Go.
Come
Go.
on, Charlie.
Go. And you're gonna have to. I can't manhandle him.
I know.
Outside. Go. Come on. Go outside. Charlie. No, ma'am. No. No. Cannot go back here right now. I'm not gonna let you puke all over everything. Nope.
Oops, sorry.
No, let go of the button this time, dude.
Okay.
Okay, go outside.
Come on, Charlie.
Go.
Come on, Charlie. Let's go.
Go.
No.
Okay, sorry about that. Because what if that was the last time you ever could do something like that? Go out to the beach and stuff. And as we get older and we have more problems, what is this right here? This is bothering me. Not trying to flip you guys off. What if that's the last time you ever got to go somewhere? And as we get older and we have more physical disabilities, you don't realize that maybe that was the last time you could go to the beach and get in the water easy. Or maybe it was the last time you could really go shooting and see it and stuff. Don't mind us. We have to like shoulder slam the doors to get it open. And I'm not going to call the landlord because, yeah. You know. Because as we get older, Brad and I are noticing that more and more physical things are taken away from us. And, some of that we'll get back, but some of it we just won't. And so I say do whatever you can and don't be afraid of people staring at you. As you guys know, I'm a large woman and stuff, and people are going to stare. But if more of us large people go out in public and do the things we want to do, if there's 2 or 3 large women like me that are all going in the same area of the beach, people are like, oh, okay, Or even if you're the only one, okay, they see you, they stare. The next time they see you, they're not going to stare as much because they've already noticed you.
Come here, Charlie.
They've already noticed you. And don't worry about the people that sit there and laugh and point at you and make comments because that's on them, okay? That's on them. They're ignorant and they're childish and mean and rude. That's on them because you have a right, just as much of a right, and I've always said this, to go places as anybody else of any size. You do. We have as much right to go out in public. You have as much right to go and want to feel nice about how you're dressed and stuff and feel pretty. That's why before I got sick and stuff, I ordered a few dresses because I like wearing dresses for the most part, especially where we live in a hotter climate. And also if you have any kind of kidney or bladder problem and a real urgency to go, and this is just TMI, but it's a lot easier to get, just pull down, your panties than it is to have to try and unbuckle your pants and unzip and untuck and all that. So, and I like it. I think the dresses look better on me. They're not as form-fitting and stuff, so I feel more comfortable. Especially now that I'm going to do some ribbon embroidery because I got some cool ideas. Are you okay, little man? Okay, I love you too. I don't want you to lick my face right now, though. But that's the way I feel about it. What about you, hon?
Yeah, that's why I like wearing dresses too.
Well, that's one of the things I liked about Brad when I first met him was he was not afraid to go out in public and do what he wanted to do. And I know you'd had to work hard on that.
Yeah.
But, he had a best friend that really pushed him, hey, let's go play tennis. Didn't care what size Brad was or anything. He used to be a lot bigger than he is now. And got Brad out of his shell, basically. And, we we have as much right. I don't want to sit behind. I only have to sit behind because of physical disabilities and, maybe I don't fit into some things like some rides and stuff. But, the rest of the stuff, yeah, I want to experience it with my grandkids and my kids and stuff. I want to experience all that I can, and, it's just some things I can't do. I enjoy sitting there and watching my family and friends do it. So I say, live your life as full as you can and as full as you're comfortable, and do things you enjoy. Like today, I'm taking a craft day, and I'm going to just, probably watch some movies on Netflix and just craft because that's what I want to do. And I also think I want to make a couple face masks for Brad and I because, okay, we have, and it's just ridiculous the price they're charging. Let me grab these. We have these. We have, quite a few. I bought these a couple years ago. I think originally there was a 50 count. I think I bought them for like $10 or something. Because when we lived at the RV park, it's probably about 3 years ago. We lived at the RV park, they were always burning. They were always had fires going. And these fire pits and stuff. And we had a neighbor just right across the road who kept his going all the time. He might not even be there or be outside.
For 15 minutes.
And he would keep that going, and the smoke would blow directly my direction. So if I wanted to go outside and paint, because I used to paint under a screened-in canopy, I had to wear a mask. And this a-hole would even laugh about the fact that I had to wear a mask and stuff outside. You would think anybody else would feel bad, not him. So, but I'm wanting to make us some custom masks, a little bit better than these. These are okay in a pinch, but, Oh, I just noticed that what they do on these, and I never noticed, let me get one out, is they're just using a, twister tie. You know that, honey?
What?
They use a twister tie in here so you can form the nose piece.
Oh, for the bridge of your nose?
Yeah.
Well, that makes sense.
We have a bajillion twister ties. Because way back when I had my candle business, I would use twister ties to close the bags. So I would buy them in bulk. So we have a lot of them. I miss having a candle business. I wouldn't go back into it because the market's been flooded. But I enjoyed it. I did. So anyway, I wanted to make a few masks. We'll see how they go. If they go okay, I might make a few for friends and family, to have. Because I think this is going to be the new norm. I get really tired of hearing people talk about, this is just a conspiracy. This is just the government. Sweetheart, I was in the hospital in ICU. It's not a joke. And now, the second wave that they think is here, it's not a joke. When you're mad at your doctor's office with, let's screen you before you even come in and stuff, it's not a joke. You see these healthcare workers wearing, like 3 masks, and this is back when I was in the hospital when it wasn't quite as bad. When they're wearing face masks and they're wearing the face, they're wearing the mask and they're wearing a full face shield at the doctor's office and stuff. They're not playing around. They're not doing this because it's a conspiracy. Because can you imagine being a hospital worker and having to wear this? 2 and 3 masks at a time. And my nurse that I had, she said, we're only given 1 a day for a 12-hour shift. They're having to buy their own, which I just think is horrible. So, it's not a joke. you know. And then somebody else was saying, I'm not going to say the YouTuber's name, but he was so full of
Stop.
yeah, and he's spewing these untrue facts like that Florida is got a 2-week quarantine. Don't have a 2-week quarantine. It's not mandatory. It's been suggested, but it's not mandatory. You know, but people need to get their facts straight before they start spewing, you know, all of this, you know, and it's just a conspiracy and this really isn't, they're just testing more and just putting more and, you know, it's like, no, it's not, okay? And the whole world would not be in a conspiracy. Really? You know, it only takes one of your family members for you to realize that this is not a joke. And like they said at the hospital or at the doctor's office the other day, you could do everything correctly and you're still at risk. There's no 100% for sure you're not going to get it. You know, you can stay, like Brad and I mainly stay home. You know, Brad's place that he goes to about the most is the pharmacy. Right, honey?
Yeah.
I mean, him and the pharmacist and his wife are like buds anymore. I think they know Brad's voice the minute he calls.
Yeah.
You know, and but you're still at risk to get it. You're still at risk to get it. You know, and I know we all worry anytime we get flu-like symptoms or cold-like symptoms. You know, you know, but it's not a conspiracy, and I think anybody that thinks this isn't serious, I think if you're right, I'll tell you you're right, but I don't think you're right. You know, it's serious. It's very serious. It's scary. I'm probably more scared than I was when it first happened. When this first came about, the first wave, I thought, okay, you know, a couple weeks, you know, kind of like anthrax and other stuff. A couple weeks it'll be over with. Everything will be back to normal. I think this might be our new normal. You know, I know like Jacksonville, because I watch Fathering Autism. I really love that family and stuff. They have a little girl who, well, she's not so little anymore. She's a teenager. And she has nonverbal autism. And, you know, but they're just a neat family. But anyway, it's mandatory now in Jacksonville. You have to wear a mask all the time out in public. Even when you're just, like, walking or whatever. So, you know, it's some serious stuff. So we might as well get used to wearing masks, and we might as well not complain because, you know, anybody that's working in the public is having to wear a mask all the time. Anybody that is, of course, in healthcare or anything has to wear a mask all the time. So, you know, very serious. You have anything to say, sweetie?
No, you're talking about these people that have to wear masks all the time.
Right?
You know, the nurses all work 12-hour shifts.
Yeah.
I mean, an 8-hour shift would be bad enough, but
A 12-hour shift and, you know, like wearing like, you know, triple masks and stuff.
yeah.
It's no joke. I mean, you should see like the lines and the, you know, where they're breaking out and stuff from the constant rubbing and stuff. I can't imagine just.
Yeah, me neither.
I wear a mask for a short time and I feel like I'm suffocating. But I wear it because even when I thought there wasn't as big of a risk, for a sign of respect. Because if my cashier has to stand there for 8 hours and wear a mask, I can wear it for a little bit. Right?
Yeah.
Can you imagine when you used to be a checker having to wear a mask for,
No.
you
For
know?
a whole shift.
Yeah.
Well, and like I've asked a couple of the cashiers is when you're behind that sheet of plexiglass, do you feel like you're the salad bar? You know, with the sneeze shield. You know.
Well, I think the sneeze shields are wonderful.
Yeah, but But how many times, and I've seen that when I've been in the stores, the number of times that people have to ask the cashier to repeat themselves because they're talking through a sneeze shield, and a mask, and yeah, it can't be easy.
Well, it's like the other day when we were at Dr. Josh, he's been a kidney doctor. It was hard to understand him.
Yeah.
He's talking through a mask, and I believe he's from India or some country similar to that. And it's not that normally I have no trouble understanding him, but between speaking through a mask and my hearing impairment, I was having trouble understanding some of what he was asking me. And then he would repeat it and stuff. But, yeah, I don't know. I think this is the new normal, guys, and we're going to have to just, accept it and move on, because this is such a crazy time in the world right now.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of us are stressed out. I was talking to my wonderful friend, Mary, the other day, and we're talking about the craziness of the world, because she is an artist and a crafter too. And, like, it's a scary time. I just kind of want to stay away from it all, and I'm so glad that Brad's home with me and stuff, or I would be very nervous,
Oops, sorry,
if you were gone all the time and stuff.
Oh, I would go nuts.
And like that, I don't want to have to deal with unpleasant people like, the representative of the landlord, because we just paid rent, of course, yesterday and stuff. She had nothing to say. She just kind of handed him a receipt, took the money orders, and ran back in her house. Okay, I don't care. We have a right to want things fixed.
Yeah.
And we will continue to demand that. Our daughter has, and is really on us about that, which rightfully so. Anything else?
Oh,
This is almost at an hour.
Holy
That I've just been blah, 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 blah.
Holy smoke.
But I miss you guys. Oh, and I want to tell everybody, I haven't responded, but I did read it. Thank you for the happy birthday messages early. We don't have anything planned for that day because it's supposed to rain, and I think they canceled all the big events, basically, in Florida. And
pretty much, yeah.
I usually stay home that night anyway because my dogs are so terrified of the fireworks. So, and especially sometimes when it's like thundering and stuff, and then right after that it's fireworks, or vice versa. It's like, were you going to glue that?
What? That?
That.
Oh,
Thought you were going to try to pop it and then do it from the underside.
Yeah.
His little shelf, his little table, or lap tray. We just got him, somehow got cracked. So, yeah, because I want that back.
What?
That table.
That's what I was...
Should do my diamond painting. So, yeah, I'm going to find some good movies. And I'm going to do some looming. Or not looming. I'm going to do from 5D first. I do want to do some looming and start that hat. I'm excited to do something different. And I just limit myself on how much I do of the looming each day, because I know that it really aggravates and makes my arm so much worse. And I want to do some painting. I want to start committing to doing an hour of artwork a day. Whether it's a scratch board, or it's painting, or if it's drawing. Oh, people. I have to show you guys in a few days, but they make these glass stylus that you dip into ink and you can draw with, you can shade with. My granddaughter showed me hers. I'll have to show you mine when it comes in. That's what Brad got me for my birthday, because it comes with like 12 different colors of ink. I'm so excited to get that. I hope it has some black. What if it doesn't have any black?
Well, then you'll have to order some black.
Well, eventually, yeah. But I'm excited. new way to do some sketching and stuff. I think it's pretty cool. So anyway, that's what keeps me going, because if I sat and just thought about the horrors of, you know,
The world as we know it.
yeah, it's such a scary place anymore, you know? It just really is. I never thought I'd be like my grandparents and stuff, talking about what a scary place and stuff. But it really is. It really, really is. At least to us older people.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yep.
You know, so anyway, I'm going to let you guys go because it's almost an hour. I know you're going to have to watch this in segments, but at least then you have something to watch, right? You're like, what else is she talking about? Because she's just on there going, blah, 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 blah. But at least I'm not talking to you guys about you being incarcerated and handcuffs and bruising, right? I remember just briefly, and I remember just really believing this. Because I remember now that it started as a dream, and then I like woke up and I was just asking you about stuff that was true in my dream.
When I got locked up,
When
yeah.
you got locked up. It was just matter of fact. It wasn't like I was upset or anything, just
Yep.
you know, about the bruising from the handcuffs. And I remember briefly you sitting there, and I don't know if you had just been kind of giggling or what, and then you told me you had never been incarcerated, and I remember responding, you've never been, you know.
Yep.
I come up with some strange stuff. I
Yeah.
am quite entertaining when I'm sleeping, aren't I?
Yes, you are.
Because I will wake up frequently and I will talk to you. You know, or if I'm having a bad pain night, then Brad gets woke up because I need him to kind of, what I say, talk me down. You know, help me get through the pain wave. So anyway, our pizza's done. Now I really have to go. So I love you guys, and I do cherish your friendship so very much. And I think you're awesome. Say bye, Brad.
Bye, Brad.
Bye, guys. I hope you're having a